Hey, what's up guys? Mikey VPT here with the second video of the BFD2 walkthrough series. Now I'm going to get much more detailed with everything. I'd say the number one question I get is, how loud is your kit? You know, I'm using real drum heads, real rims, real brass cymbals, but I'm here to tell you that it's not that loud at all. The drums are more like a practice pad, maybe even a little quieter. The cymbals, maybe some light stick noise, but we're going to get much more into that later on in the video. What's cool about BFD2, I'd say number one, is the mixing capabilities. It gives you all the power, all the control that you need. Another thing with BFD2 is locating and reprogramming the sounds. They make it really easy for you to do that. I'm going to show you how to, if I wanted to put a ride cymbal on my crash, or put a bass drum on my cymbal. If I wanted to, I could put a snare on the rim. But we're going to get into that. Real easy. Now if you saw the first video, you know that I'm using the PreSonus Firebox. And first of all, zero latency. Now for all of you guys out there that are struggling with that, it's not impossible. It really isn't. Alright, so I get a lot of emails every day from people wanting to know some tips or tricks to use software with their eDrums. But the only thing I can say is that the RET drums, they work great with modules, but they were designed to work with software. It just makes sense to use something that has a real look and a real feel if you're going to use real sounds. What makes virtual percussion technologies so popular is the fact that it's going to play, feel, and sound like an acoustic kit. You know, it all ties together in the virtual percussion technology package. Now what's really cool about that with the VPT setup, I can record at home. I don't have, you know, a professional drum room. I don't have the best microphones, and I don't have all the time it takes to set all that stuff up and do all the test runs and sound checks. So it's perfect for my home studio. Now to start, we're going to do some acoustic tests. You're going to hear just how quiet these drums are. We're going to go on from there onto the mixer, onto finding some sounds, doing some really cool tricks and tips with that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so an acoustic test, right? How loud are these drums? Without them plugged in, no software whatsoever. So here's a tom. I'm playing pretty hard. I've got the rim. You can tell how quiet that is. I mean, a lot of people expect this to sound like, I don't know, like a rototom or something like that. But they don't. They're muffled so that they're quieted 60 decibels from an actual drum, which is huge. It renders it like a practice pad, maybe even a little quieter than a practice pad. The cymbals, smart trigger. Let me show you the stick noise if you're more of a stick player, if you play with more of the end of the stick. I'm playing pretty hard, you can see that cymbal swinging. Okay? I'm going to play with the shank on the edge. The PreSonus Firebox, right? Tons of questions here on what is it used for? What do you use it for? Zero latency. I will repeat that, zero latency. That's unheard of in the eDrum world. So if I can get zero latency with the PreSonus Firebox, I will be using a PreSonus Firebox. It goes FireWire out into my laptop, lickety-split, faster than lightning. We've got 4 line outputs, 2 main output, left and right. I mean, just check that out. FireWire. Easy. It's a clean looking piece. It's real sweet. But like I said, if I wanted to, I'm recording with it now. Hello. Check me out again. It's awesome for recording, playing live. I can, you know, go out to my main speakers. I can go into a house system if I'm using it, you know, at a church. If I'm using it at a bigger event, I can just go right into a main system, hooked up that way. And I've got all my control right there. So that is pretty awesome in itself, but the zero latency is big. It's huge. Thank you. we've got the external hard drive, which actually is housing BFD2. This is a 250 gigabyte hard drive. So the 55 gigs of stuff from BFD2 fits nicely on there. Really sweet. So I'm just triggering it basically off of this hard drive, which comes preloaded actually from RET Percussion. They'll load whatever software you want with the right settings so that it's kind of plug and play. Plug it right in and you're good to go. All the BFD settings, BFD2 settings are really, really sharp. Ooh, did I mention no latency in the Firebox? Did I mention that? That's big. 0 latency in the Firebox. Check that out. Oh, my sticks. I'm using a ProMark Millennium 2 8A from Jim Rupp. He's kind of a jazzier player. And this stick, why do I use this stick? Well, it's not too heavy and it's not too light.